I tell a story on Alpha about my dad because he was an agnostic. He never went to church. But when he died, I read this verse. I was praying, reading the Bible, or whatever I was reading, and praying that God would speak to me, because I just was so devastated that he died as an agnostic. And I read this verse in Romans 10, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. And I felt the Lord saying to me, that's for your dad. And then Pips came in, she said, I've just been reading this verse, which I think is for your dad, Acts 2:21. Everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. And then we went to a Bible study, and we were studying that passage. Next day, I was practicing as a barrister at the time, and I got off the train and looked, and I was still doubting it, and there was this huge billboard on the station which said, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. And when I told Sandy Miller, who was the vicar, he said, do you think the Lord may be trying to speak to you?
Yeah.
Anyway, I had no basis for this. But in these documents, I found my father's baptism certificate and his confirmation. He was baptized and confirmed in 1918. And I've got the talk that the priest gave at his confirmation, which is just addressed to him, Walter, about. And then there's another I opened a document, and it's 12 pages long. It's called Cyrillic German. I don't know what it's called. It's an old German anyway.
Yes.
It's very hard to read, and I haven't yet been able to read it. But in the conversation yesterday with Dorothy Utter, I just showed it to her on the screen, and I said, "Can you read it to me?" She said, "It's very difficult, but the heading is My Conversion to Christianity."
Oh.
So I mean, it's an extraordinary thing to discover.